In the ever-changing world of business, an organization's success depends on constantly meeting new challenges and adapting to the marketplace. I'm Greg Gumbel. From e-commerce to investing, business strategies to human resources, join me as we take a closer look inside the workings of the modern global economy. Welcome to the Economic Report. The effects of new technology are best seen in the world of medicine, where it continues to improve lives every day. Let's examine this next story.
Gingival recession, or receding gums, refers to a loss of gum tissue resulting in the exposure in the roots of the teeth.
Well, let's take a look, see how things are looking.
Over 25% of adults in the United States suffer from gingival recession and other soft tissue-related ailments. These conditions are a result of periodontal disease, excessive brushing, or anatomic considerations. If left untreated, people suffering from the loss of gingival tissue often suffer from hypersensitivity, root decay, impaired aesthetics, and potential tooth loss.
When I was suffering from gum recession, I felt really embarrassed. My recession was on 2 of my front teeth, and it was very obvious when I smiled, and your smile is one of the first things that people notice about you, so it's very important.
90% of the time, moderate to advanced gingival recession is treated by a surgical procedure that involves harvesting tissue from the roof of the patient's mouth.
We would make an incision on the palate in this location, remove a layer of tissue and suture that over the exposed root surface. The tissue that's existing is then sutured over the top of that. So oftentimes patients are reluctant to have this procedure because it involves incisions on the palate and on the recipient site. With a product like BioCover, that is not necessary. We eliminate the second surgical site and use the product itself to suture over the root surface itself.
Well, the traditional method of surgery was more painful. It took longer because there was 2 injury sites, both the site of where the graft would be and also where the graft was taken from the palate.
Offering an alternative to harvesting patient tissue is Colorado-based Snoasis Medical. Their product BioCover is used instead of palatal tissue as a wound covering in the treatment of gingival recession.
BioCover is the first soft tissue substitute composed of amnion. Amnion is the innermost lining of the placenta, which encloses and protects the unborn child through term. All tissue used in BioCover is obtained from mothers who donate their placentas. In this sense, it's ethically clean as they're normally just discarded.
Dr. Brian Gurinsky has performed over 100 procedures using BioCover and cites BioCover as being beneficial to both the patient and the periodontist.
For the patient, it's a much simpler procedure. There's less pain involved because there's no palatal incision. It's also less chair time. It's a shorter procedure for the patient. For the clinician, it's a simpler technique. The graft itself doesn't have to be sutured into place. It has a self-adherent quality to it. So for that reason, there's a less complicated, simpler technique for the clinician.
I benefited greatly from the use of BioCover because of only having to deal with 1 injury site. And eating was easier. Also, after the healing was complete, with much less pain and discomfort, the site looked totally natural.
I had tremendous benefit from the use of BioCover during my procedure. The procedure was really simple, the recovery was fast, I have great coverage results, and my gum recession is gone. Now I have a beautiful smile.
Over the next few years, Snoasis Medical will release a number of novel membranes derived from placental tissue for use in perioplastic surgery. Additionally, Snoasis will continue to focus on utilizing other novel technologies to develop an ever-improving portfolio of regenerative products.
Dentistry is one of the most innovative medical markets. Periodontists are years ahead of the curve relative to their peers in other medical specialties with their use of regenerative products to enhance patient outcomes. Their expected use of BioCover is another example of this. As for Snoasis Medical, we will become the #1 dental regenerative products company. In addition to BioCover, we have several products currently in development. I guess you could say that Snoasis Medical was born to smile.